So for the first Quarter Quash, we received 2 comments, which is 2 more than I was expecting. And the first one was from Yellow Dragon 53. Essentially, it was saying that I should add a fire/ice box, and I could switch between them. And when the box was in its fire element, it burns wood. When it's in its ice element, it freezes water. The second one was from Toby_I_guess. And it was, lock boxes you can only move if you have the right key. So you may notice that I have 2 level nodes here today instead of 1 like I usually do in the world map. That's because the left one leads to Toby_I_guess's request, and the second one leads to Yellow Dragon 53's request. Because, you know, they both were tied for likes, I think. I mean, it said that on YouTube. And I would feel bad anyway if I missed out on doing one of them. But I did both today. I spent like 6 hours on it, but it was worth it. Anyway, let's begin. So we're in the level. Right now everything looks normal. Let's just go ahead and put the box on the pressure plate. And let's go ahead and put the color box on the gate. Let's open the door. And here we are. Here is my answer to Toby_I_guess's request. So here we have the locked box. You can see it's got a keyhole. Behind it is the crate. I made it so I can easily set what box it has inside of it. And yeah, so you have the key, and the key can be in one of 4 colors. I had the color system before. And I made red, blue, yellow, and green ones. Anyway, if you throw the key onto the lockbox, it opens, and you can find the box behind it, now available for you to use. Of course, the red key will only work for the red lockboxes, and so on. It was a really good request, Toby, I guess, because it was something that I should have added to the game a long time ago. And I really appreciate you for suggesting it, because I think it's going to make the game a lot more puzzle-based. Anyway, now let's move on to the more complicated one, Yellow Dragon 53's one. Alright, so you can see things are a lot more complicated here. This is just my testing ground, though it's actually a complete puzzle. Alright, so let's look at what we've got here. First of all, we've got a new tile map. We've got the old crate here. We've got what looks to be a suspicious-looking pressure plate. And 2 boxes that look like fire there. Anyway, let's step on the pressure plate, and the boxes turn to ice. We step off, they turn back to fire. It's good bringing the pressure plate mechanic back into new ways. And I was able to incorporate the switching between fire and ice here. Anyway, so we have to put a crate onto this, so then we can turn it into ice and we're still able to move them. So if we step into the water, we die, okay? We die, because the character can't swim. If we jump into the water, we die, and we restart the level. So let's put the crate on the pressure plate, and then let's throw this ice box onto the water. And it's frozen into ice, which is currently not slippery. I'll make it slippery at some point. And you can walk on it, and you're not going to die now. So that's what the ice box does. It freezes water as requested. Anyway, we still need to get past this wood. So let's put this box down, take this box off, turn it back into a firebox, and we're gonna throw it at the wood. 3, 2, 1. And it's turned to smoke, the wood here, and we can get past. And that is how the fire and ice boxes work. So we're back at the start of the level again, and I wanted to show you one more thing. When you throw the firebox into the water, it disappears because water puts out fire. So in conclusion, I've added this pressure plate. By the way, it's called a thermal pressure plate. This is all thermal stuff. This is a thermal box. Fire to ice, thermal. This is because the definition of thermal relates to, or is caused by, or is connected to heat or temperature. And it originates from the Greek word therme. I think that's how it's pronounced, meaning heat. So that's why it's called the thermal box, switches between fire and ice, varying levels of heat and stuff. And yeah, so I should probably clear some stuff up. The stuff that you see on the left here, all that sort of stuff, and the factory stuff, that's Zone 1. I plan for there to be 10 zones in the game. Everything in Zone 1 applies to everything in the rest of the zones. However, all the stuff in Zone 3, for example, which is over here, does not apply to the rest of the zones. So my plan is to make Zone 1 be like the general factory zone. But Zone 3 got infected by the pollution more, and it's turned into this like snow area with a mountain, and inside the mountain is kind of like a volcano area. So, did you enjoy the Quarter Quash? I hope you did. I hope that the people who left the comments are happy with what I did. I tried my hardest to implement them into the game in a good way. I think I did. Anyway, I will see you guys next time for day 26.